So if we look at how this works in practice, because the previous slides was all theory, basically when you get to the negotiation, so all the pre-work has been done, the discussions have been had, your contract is about to expire, what will happen? If you do not take charge, Microsoft will give you their hero offering, their big fish on the table. And they will always start with the biggest fish they have, which is Microsoft 365 E5, tied with Dynamics 365, Power Platform, Microsoft Azure, you name it. If you push back on that, saying, well, we might not have a need for this or we don't have a need for that, they might be willing to take things out because they are quite looking at doing deals that you are actually going to use, but they want to fluff it up as much as possible and with products that they can close their target with. So for instance, if they're offering Office 365 E5, you might bring them down to an E3 or an E1. But in doing so, what happens is they say, oh, well, if you're not buying E5 and you want E3 or E1, then we can't give you the discount that you need. So in that way, they're trying to do a trade-off. If you want a lower product, that's fine. You don't get a discount. If you want a higher product, we might be able to give you a better discount. And if that doesn't work for them, so you're sticking with your E3 or your E1, for instance, but you do request a higher discount, then they will tie different things into it. Oh, you didn't say you didn't want Power, the Power Platform license that we put in, but if you want E3, you need to buy Power Apps licenses for all your users. Otherwise, you can't get your discount. And the way they will actually form their opinion on what they think you need is, and this is very important, through your C-level and your technology partners. So if you are negotiating with Microsoft, we cannot stress this enough. Your C-level should be informed and briefed, and don't give any details to Microsoft around your strategic position that you want to grow into towards the future. The same for your technology partners. These are often Microsoft partners and get compensated heavily by Microsoft for having you adopt their products and services. If you tell them too much around your negotiation, Microsoft will notice. We have seen this many times already. Anything that was shared with a partner will lead back to the partner team of Microsoft, and the partner team of Microsoft will obviously have a short line to the account executive and they will discuss. So first points on how you can counter. Always have your lists of requirements ready. This means that anything and everything that you can think of, write it down, use it in your negotiation. Even if it's not important, you should write it down and use it in your negotiation. Even if it's something that you don't generally need or want, fight for it heavily because Microsoft will think, oh, that must be important to them. And in a trade-off that you might be able to do, you can use that to your benefit. Do not get caught in their approach. So if they put the big fish on the table, don't get caught in a discussion about that aspect. Now counter with your proposal. You dictate the discussion. You tell them what you want and what you need for your deal to be successful. As said before, have your escalations ready, both internal and towards Microsoft. Know where you need to go, inform everyone, and have them have the correct level of discussions. Finally, assign a single point of contact within your organization through which all the information flows. So if you're not in an escalation mode yet, where you have your C-level talk to the Microsoft management, make sure that someone is always informed on all the contact that's going on within Microsoft. If somebody outside of the negotiation team is being contacted by someone from Microsoft, hey, let's do a session around blah, 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 such and such, please do have the session. It might be very interesting, but do give them a few points that they cannot touch anything around the negotiation. They should not share anything around your roadmap, etc. That will give them information that feeds Microsoft and that tells them what you want to buy, and as such, they can change their approach.